Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. And in this one we have Viego, because he is also a Trinity Force abuser, and I need to bring forth that fact to you Viego players. Largely because when they buffed his crit originally in 2021, and I said, guys, play Kraken Slayer, it took me basically 18 months before I started seeing it regularly in coaching sessions, in the courses, when I went to find footage, in the content I'm trying to make, and then they went and ruined it. Now it's not a mythic at all and it's changed, but do we still build Kraken? Do we just go straight into Trinity? What other mythics could we build? Fortunately, we have answers for that in this video. And of course, the Aatrox warded that, so we'll have to be mindful of this, although it doesn't really matter that we were seen. Main channel video tomorrow talking about this. You see where this ward is placed? Even the previous gameplay that we talked about, this little vision passage, right? The Viego will be spotted when he goes through it right now. You see? Here we go. There we go. He is in vision because the ward is placed high. What we've been talking about lately is that these blue side teams will go and ward this, but not high enough, and then you can kind of get by through that little crack against the wall, and you don't get detected. And what happens is people start asking questions like, what is the Viego doing? Is he going to my blue Gromp? Especially from Rumble's perspective. He didn't show. Did he go to blue Gromp? Should I go to blue Gromp now? Do I vertical jungle his blue side, but I have no buff pride to gank bot lane? But what if he's coming down and he collapses? Questions, 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 all because the ward wasn't put high enough and then the jungle was not seen. Now, it was put high enough, so we did see him, so we know he did the 3-camp red side, we know he's going down to the blue side. What the Viego does is, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and react to the fact that the Annie's low HP here. Maybe I can get something going. We have the yellow card, hopefully. Can we hit it? We get the flash stun, we'll get the W there, we'll get the auto Q, and it's not quite enough to get the kill, but that's okay. We're happy investing and burning her flash, chunking her and sending her out. Now we're gonna look to go bottom side, but I don't think this is necessarily a diveable situation anymore. We know the Viego is pinging on the minimap. You can see the Rumble top side full clearing, as you do. Don't know why we are giving Rumble max HP damage, but we are. So the problem with this gank is we have TB from the Annie. We know that this guy has no flash. The Rumble's gonna flash in here to get that flash slow on his Harpoon, and he's gonna follow it with another stun. The problem with the Diamond Mercenary Elo is you don't really think about this as Viego. You're like, I ganked your lane. Yes. Okay. And now I'm stuck here. I don't really want to go back to base because I got nothing. And we are actually going to go look for this dive. But again, the mini waves are faster. They show up quicker. We don't have as much time. And we know the Rumble at this particular stage will go back up for this and reset. So you don't want to be too long down here waiting and waiting and waiting, because guy going to show up, clean up, and now he's fed. And of course, you haven't done Wolves and Gromp, right? We have done a full camper into a scuttle, well, into a gank and into a scuttle, into another gank. So we are behind for some reason at 0.5 speed to the farming cadence and tempo of the Rumble. Now you would have seen the pop-up. Yes, jungle courses are still live and good, updated with context on 13.10 for every single MMR, from low elo, fresh new players, all the way up to Master Tier Plus, and I will be adapting that for the Emerald arc we're about to go on. So if you want basically everything I put into videos into a short little package for your MMR to get to the next one before the end of the split, that will be linked below for you. Now, the Viego, this is what we talk about a lot as well in those things. Viego sees this here. Look at the analysis of the situation. We've got a Renekton who is also just juicy buffed. We've got Aatrox who is seemingly always good when he's against you. And now he's got, you know, nice new skins. And this cannon wave is shoving in, obviously. We can gank this before we go to the Krugs if it's gankable, or we can do the Krugs and wait a little bit for it to be thinned out. Now, in this particular case, we let the Renekton basically all in the Aatrox. And the Aatrox knows explicitly here that the Viego must be in the situation, because no top laner in their right mind would go for that kind of trade pattern right into that fat wave for no reason, right? Especially seeing as in those situations where you would see this, the Aatrox taking this wave into this crashing position, the enemy jungler would usually be syncing up with them for the dive anyway. So basically, once the Renekton does that, gets a stun, dishes it all out, distracts him a little bit, the Viego comes around the corner, nicely done gank. We know that the Rumble is going to go do this, he's going to go do this, and if he doesn't show again in a little bit, you know he's going to go up to this here. But what he does is cut down to the Gromp because we wasted time doing this. And this is where this is where the high-level jungling, not a good moment to say high-level jungling, really comes forward. See, now, if you were the Rumble against a Viego, full clearing up on your Karthus, on your Hecarim, and whatever you full clear on, probably everything, even though you shouldn't, you would see the Viego show up here with 16 CS, 2 buffs, and you would know that the guy did Red Krugs Raptors because you saw it on the minimap, 12 CS, and then you know he shows up here, and he goes down to this, shows up bottom lane, you know the guys Wolves and Grumble are available. So as soon as you go from Krugs to Raptors for your second sequence as Rumble, and now you kind of want to go to the Wolves and the Grump here, but you see him topside, you're like, nope, I'm gonna take your stuff. I'm gonna take all your stuff straight up to the Wolves, straight over to the Grump. And we also knew he would be focusing that anyway, right? Because essentially what we're looking at is the Rumble knows that the guy will most likely go for the Krugs and Raptors as they were higher experience. And because he didn't, as the Rumble, you see this? I like this too. I like this too, you see? Because now it's mind games, right? Now we see the E there from the Viego. It's all mind games at this particular stage. Viego knows the Rumble is in the area. Now he most likely should, in theory, reset and go topside. We get the flash ult from the end. We should be watching that prior. The Rumble actually patiently waits, knowing the Viego is going to recognize there's no camps. And basically what happens is we have this full-on fight. The Twisted Fate has the ult here. The Rumble's back in the deep side. We're going to kite back and make sure we can kill the Rumble first and foremost. We need the heal. We need the form. Let's become him. There we go. We are behind in a level. This is exactly what we wanted with the Viego. We become the Rumble. We kill the Samira. And we just go straight into the Dragon. 2-0-1. This is it. This is it. This is mind games. I gotta stop saying that word. That is mind games. We know, as a Rumble, that all of this is gone. We know that now the Viego will expect us to go to the top side. And we know because there's nothing here, put yourself in his mind. What's a Viego gonna do logically when you've taken all his stuff and you know there's nothing available? He's either gonna do the Dragon because he can, right? Or he's gonna shadow into for this. So we wait a little bit before thinking about what else we need to do. And obviously if we stay long enough, we can go back and do these things and kind of shadow, but it's all about that. What is he going to do? What am I going to do? What else could he do that I'm ready to react to? And that's what the 2-decision jungle rule on the main channel video was about. How do we break down everything that just happened? And as a Rumble, ask, what do I want to achieve here? But what does the Viego want to do? And what should he do? And when you take these two options, you're prepared for the right play that he might make. And if he makes the wrong play or a play that you think isn't correct, you are still ready to react to it because you know it's available. You follow? So that's the kind of play here as Viego that you want. It was a straight up 4v4, right? We had the anti-rotate first. We got to pay attention to those mid lane rotations. And now we've gone for this. Now this is a little bit of an underrated item that people are not thinking about rushing, but then again, you know, it's not 700 gold like a Sheen. People say you should rush at a volley, but I'm like, well, if you're going to sit around waiting for that amount of gold, it's silly, right? You could get Ionian and Sheen, and that's going to do a lot more damage, especially early, rather than waiting for something. Now, secondly, I am still on the Kraken Slayer rush train. Now, it's not really a big statistical difference, and a lot of it's to do with feel. Now, I understand the Sheen gaming with Viego. I get it. It took me so long to tell people, hey, stop playing Divine Sundra Viego in Platinum, because you just need to go Kraken and carry the games, which is always true. You know, if you're high elo career and pro play, there's different reasons for going Divine Sundra. Now, we do know at this particular stage that Rumble should be showing from the top side. We'll just show that again, because these camps, if he dies, he'll go and take these and cut up and come around the top side because he will want this. But if he doesn't go for this, I'm expecting him to go do these camps and skip out on the Red Krugs. Either way, I know he's going to want to do this Herald, right? And what he does is obviously place a control ward here. We think we can go snack that Herald. The Viego's thinking maybe the Rumble's on the Herald. That one, and I want to take it as well. So if he goes top down, I get a free Herald. If he's there, I can beat him. Rumble says, no, I'm going to get ahead of you and kill the Twisted Fate, which of course he does. Now Viego's like, well, I have ult available. Maybe I can get out here over the wall. Nice play by the Rumble to kind of say, hey, I'm going to do this stuff, go loop back from the top side, because I know I'm watching the Twisted Fate. He's probably warding down anyway, as has been the tendency here. Let me go from the top lane again. Just a good play. As a Viego, should we maybe be going for that kind of stuff versus looking for the gank first? Depends on your assessment. I do understand the kind of, hey, is the guy doing it? Do I want to fight him over it? But it isn't Annie. She showed the predilection to go for roaming, and she does it again with a nice little gank here and then suits up with the Rumble, and they go and take down the Viego. Now the Rumble will get this one, so we'll fall back down to the blue side. Of course, we got the Dragon. We know these camps are taken because we see the guy with the red over here, and we know now that the Rumble can either go and use, can gank and use, can counter jungle, or can fall back to his blue side, or straight up can just reset and try and match us coming down to the bottom side. So the Viego's thinking, like, what is the Rumble going to do, and what should I do in the meantime? Now, we know we're behind a little bit in experience, because of those plays. We should farm our quadrant to hopefully get level 7, which we will. And then we can take this RNG scuttle and keep our eyes on the map just to see whether Rumble may or may not show up. We obviously have here the Ivern support, very strong champion after those... do we call it a mini rework? We'll call it a mini rework. TB committed by the Annie, we'll watch that one. Melee, of course, also disgusting as always. We see that it's warded here. Now, we know that the Rumble, at this particular stage, most likely has reset. Okay? Because he hasn't shown top lane for any sort of dive at this particular stage. He also just uses R anyway. What we can do is basically take our blue side, get in here, maybe sneak something away. We don't have a wave here, and we know that the Twisted Fate's ult is gonna use it. We're gonna try and go all in here before the Annie will be able to shove and rotate, but it's tough. You've got the Ivern who's gonna dink 6 soon with a Daisy. You've got the Rumble with his ult there slowing you for about 1,000,000 damage a second is what it feels like. Roots, bushes, everything. Here comes Annie. Here comes Annie. We're waiting for this wave. They're trying to thin it out a little bit. Remember, the shift to tower diving and taking plates has changed this dynamic just a little bit. There's the Annie over the wall. Let's watch the Viego here on the backside. Daisy was activated. We get the stun. We get the order. We get the Q. We get the kill. We get the reset. We become Ivern. We can hit now a Q, which of course we missed because, hey, why not? We'll just ult again and kill the Annie, become the Annie. So we're getting fed. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And, yeah, we won that, I think. Well, us as Viego won that. Twisted Fate also did pretty good for himself. Bottom lane, who cares? As long as we're strong. Now we can activate this. Well, by activate, I mean we can smack some plates away. Someone was asking, even in the Discord the other day, should we hit plates? I'm like, yeah, of course. Of course we hit plates. You know, if your laner's there and you gank them and everyone lives, and they're low and they want to reset, you're not doing dragons or anything, so you hit some plates and everyone goes and spends. Spend the gold. You just got that influx, that shoot of gold that makes you that much more stronger for the next play you want to make. If you sit on that gold, you're not really using it. So those big plays, when there's no more dragon on the map, there's no more camps to be taken, everyone's low, there's a huge hole, go and finish your mythic, become stronger, and now say, right, what's the next play on the map that I need to get to? In this particular case, we know that this sucker is going to be spawning, but we have Trinity Force. Now, again, I'm not sure if I finished my point of view about the Kraken Slayer, but I think we got a little distracted. I remember because I mentioned it the last time we were here. Noon Quiver is great for full clearing, and just for clearing in general and amping up that sort of investment into gaining your own experience. The Aatrox is low. Sorry, I didn't click. You can see the frames when people are low. There we go. There we go. Rumble tried his damnedest to help out, but nice rotation. See? As I mentioned from earlier, hey, we can do something about this. Leave your base, go gank the top lane, and now, if there's nothing else, fall back to this, sequence down, cut into this. If there's something else we can take, do this, and go do this, and dive this if it's diveable. Or do this, and then dive this again when he gets back there. Or just simply take the Scuttle Crab, cut across, and go for the dragon. I don't want to be dragon obsessive. I'm not dragon obsessive, I'm just pointing it out because I know some elos are a little dragon obsessive, and they will stop at nothing to take them. In this case, don't force it, because you know the Rumble, in this case, should be looking to go bottom lane for that objective, knowing he just lost a little bit, but it wouldn't really surprise me if he tried to go somewhere else. But at this point, we don't know, right? It's 50-50. Guy could go top side for some camps and sequence, guy could go bottom side for some camps and sequence, could also come and fight for the dragon. We don't exactly know legitimately where he's going to be. But we have the deep vision. There he is, bottom side, that's expected. Hello? We'll get a kill here. Thank you, Twisted Fate, for ulting in, but of course now we have definitely pushed it a little bit here. We do have to remember, when our bottom lane, as we died, when your bottom lane is busy, taking that final few platings and burning down that turret, yeah, they're strong. Yeah, they're definitely getting ahead from the plays we're making, right? Oof. Okay, anyway, can we hurry this along? I want to say things. Yeah, okay, cool. When your bottom lane is doing this, and say their bottom lane has died, and now they've got a huge lead because of your great plays, they're going to be coming out of the base saying, look, this is gone, I can't step up, especially if Viego's showing here, so let me rotate to this. The Ivern, the ADC, they will rotate to your aggressive play here sooner than yours. Yours are busy. So you've got to factor that into those plays, and obviously now this is warded, and we basically go, look, I'm not going to go out of base and go do that. Let me go ahead and snack this red. I can see the Rumble down in his red. I'm going to take this one. Now, of course, we do have the Noon Quiver, so that will ramp up our mid-game farming here, but I do like to ramp up my early-game farming more so, because you can ramp that up, get more gold from it, you can rotate to things quicker while still not compromising yourself too much, and then you can get the Trinity Force. Once for PvP, once for a bit more PvE. Think about how you want to play the game, but there's nothing wrong inherently at all, as you can see. Just kind of a little bit of feel gaming. We give this up basically because we didn't have the numbers anyway. Let's go kill Samira. Could snack this turret, as we see the demise of Twisted Fate. He was the master of cards. Oh, right. Oh, well. This is one of those situations where the narrator says something that happens, and he says it way too far in advance for when it happens, and then it just goes on and on and on. Meantime, yes, take their camps, take the second herald. I think, like in this particular case, we can definitely punch this. Are we needed to punch this? No, but I love the play. I love the mentality, because we can always fall back to the herald as well. There's no stress. I mean, we can deny as well. In Clash of Flux 5s, trust your team. Say, hey, top laner, Woodsack, go and take that herald, please. I'm gonna take all of this experience away from this poor Rumble and then go kill him while he tries to take a Scuttle Crab. Ooh, Blasting Cone of Destiny. We do like that one. Makes us go fly. We're up quite a bit here, and this guy's kind of low. Trinity Force, Noonquiver. Nice. And we get this as well. So, communication. However, in solo queue, if you can't kill that Rumble and your team are not doing the herald, I kind of like it here. I know the denial is great. Like, all of this is the great Smurf play. But this allows you to close pretty damn quickly. Shouldn't have an issue with closing anyway, but it does allow you to close. Here we go. We'll hit that one. Oh, my goodness gracious. I do miss Mythic Kraken, but thankfully we've got another good item in our kit here. Can we become Viego again? There we go. Missing HP. Excuse me. There we go. We're at 20 at the moment. Well, now we're moving into the mid lane and dying for some reason. So we've had a few mishaps in our brain here, like collapsing to the mid lane. There's a real reason to do that. When you've got a lot of gold, you can finish Kraken, right? So this is a great play. Wait for the Zai, push this up. Why was this mid lane push something I was really excited by? Because they overinvested somewhere else. What it does is allow you to straight up force their hand by using this to actually take the thing that matters, turrets. And the reason why I kind of wanted to default to this is because you can kind of take this, fall back to these, reset, and now join your whole team up and really get a good together shove. But the killer instinct is definitely take their shit, kill him, take more shit, kill someone else. Yeah. And obviously now people overcommit on the top side and die while we're dead. And now we've got a disparate respawn timers. We've got 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds to do, to kill rather, to do something, to do nothing. Unfortunately, we have camps up. This is when you go farming. In the 17, you have a huge lead. Don't go and try and kill people. There's no Baron. There's no Dragon. There's no camps because you took them. No one can really do anything. We've got this pushed in. We've got this pushed in. Just go take. Your ADC is going to want to take some stuff, but, you know, don't let them because they're ADCs, and they'll just throw that lead away. Let them sit and overcommit. Now, in theory, you should let her take something so she doesn't go down here, because look at her. Look, see? There's nothing to do. If she dies here, it's just hilarious. We take our camps, of course, wait for our team to respawn. We see a wave that maybe we can make a pick here. This is great. It's exactly what you want to do when you're fed and you want to close games. Yes. Catch the wave, don't go too deep because darkness. Aatrox topside, melee rotates, hits the punt, we see the Ivern. Now she got it. Yeah, you can see the tensions boiling. You can see it. Now the pings. Now we're gonna go ahead and do this. She wants gold cash money, but what is she at? 9.1, we're at 10.1. You're 1k behind. I mean, yeah. Just absorb whatever you can in this particular stage. And now, of course, the Rumble's out of position. They're going to go for his Krugs, because there's not much else he can go for. Hello? Hello? Let me just make sure I hit that. There we go. Okay, Rumble damage, for some reason, is based. Don't even need to... Okay, so for those of you who are like, but what about this mythic, and this mythic, and that mythic? No. Guess what we go. Could you go Blade now? Sure, but I don't really feel like you need to. Your regular Death's Dance kind of more with kind of things really work. Wit's End is still honestly a good item as well. I love seeing GAs on Viegos and things like that, especially snowballing games, but don't really need it either. Hex Drink is perfect for the comp we're against. You can obviously do the DD stuff after that. Game should finish. You don't really need to worry about anything else. You could do the Black Cleaver tech, but in this case, there's no real reason to have Black Cleaver. It's still a great item in isolation, even against non-tanks and non-fighters, but, you know, I'm taking this game from the perspective of, do you want to smurf with Viego and climb fast? Black Cleaver can do it, but basically, if you're getting Trinity Force Kraken, I hope you have a big lead like this. Because this was quite an unassuming takeover. He just did it through smart jungling. A few silly deaths, but he's played well. Aatrox is now going absolutely Hamtrox. And we use our E to respace and try and run away. Blue hat broken, absolutely. Huge for those kinds of fights. You can see the strat at 5v5. Like, we're up 6k, right? But we obviously have to be wary of their team comp. Now that Ivern goes a little too much. We recast a new Q from the Ivern, hit the Q, recast, get fly in, and it killed the Rumble as well. So nice in and out gameplay. Remember, with the Kraken, with the Trinity Force, these are not the same as the Divine Sunra Bull Pass. That's why a lot of people struggled with that shift originally 2 years ago. It was almost 2 years ago, wasn't it? When did they put it through? I want to say August 2021? July? Maybe September? Around the middle of the year, basically. I think not quite 2 years, but almost 2 years, where they kind of gave that crit scaling, that original, hey, build Kraken, guys, build. People struggled with that for a long period of time because they thought of him as a prototypical fighter where you would go in and really disrupt. And of course you could, and heal and sustain, and you had a lot of damage anyway. I know the math, I know the calculations, but it was about getting those R's, right? It was about amplifying this right here. You know, 22% missing HP. Other enemies are knocked back and take 322 physical damage. Largely irrelevant, but the fact that this gives you a lot of crit scaling was just absolutely monstrous. And people struggled with the fact that you were inherently squishy, so you can just run in and kill people. You had to kind of like find those windows, go in and out, so you had to operate a little bit like an assassin, like he did there, right? He went in, he did stuff. We forced a Baron here with everyone respawn. It's always risky when you do that. So basically what he's doing is he's banking on his ability to go in and out again, reposition again, repossess souls again, and then do that and get a Baron. So this is exquisitely well played by him. All of these fights have been well played by him, and that's important. This fight here, do we want this fight? Objectively, it's a 4v4. Can we mechanically outplay it and use our champion properly? Yes, cool. Here, do we really want this fight? I don't know if we really wanted this fight, but I'm happy to take it. Shit, it went south. I better leave and then capitalize when someone mispositions afterwards. Nice, now I'll win it. All right, we're going to do this Baron and bait it out. I'm strong. Rest of my team, they're okay. Nothing to write home about, but I'm fed. I'm going to start this up and force the fight. Why? Because I know I can leave the situation with R, come back in, heal up, keep doing the damage, and I can control everything. That's on you. That's what 1v9ing means. That's why snowballing junglers like Viego can be so damn good to climb with. And yes, his win rate has suffered for a long time at this particular stage in Season 13. There is nothing that says you cannot climb with this champion. It is still one of my great recommendations for people to play if they want to control their own destiny. Just don't build Divine Sunra if you want to try and do these things. Can you? Sure. Can you snowball and still play that item? Yes. Yes, you can, but Trinity Force is so good. Kraken still serves a great purpose. I still love Kraken. In fact, in some of my Kai'Sa jungle games, the ones that are just meme for fun, but, you know, I'm an idiot. I've actually, the best game I had, I didn't buy Mythic. Because I totally didn't forget that Kraken Slayer wasn't a Mythic. Maybe I did. But it felt the best. I just wanted the new Quiver, I just wanted the Kraken Slayer. Of course, the Kraken Slayer single item spec was terrible, but it was interesting to note that once you got that full stack, the new Quiver just provided so much value. That's just a very anecdotal, non-serious example. But in the case of Viego, having that new Quiver early for amped up quadrant clearing and sequencing, to be able to rotate to things and so on, it's just so potent and powerful, even if the item itself isn't what it used to be. Fortunately, Trinity Force is the item it is meant to be at this particular stage. Quite strong, and as you can see, the resets, the damage, the auto attacks, and the passive is nice, right? We like the movement speed, we like the AD, we like the attack speed, we like everything the Trinity Force gives us, and we get the Sheen, and we get the Hearthbound Axe, and we get the Kindle Gem from Divine Sunra. You're getting everything minus the Warhammer. In terms of components, and, you know, 2,409, oh, you can't see it, 2,904 bonus damage. The stacking here is amazing for your R as well. Any champion that can stack this up, gain 4 attack damage for 5 seconds, stacking up to 5 times, max 22. That gets added to your spells. And if you have a big ultimate, I'll take an extra 22 for no reason. I'll take it. And that kind of stack up is absolutely huge for us. But also, you see there, 9 AD, 9 haste, 9 movement speed. That is definitely underwhelming. Now they're going to try and end the game here as we just hold on to our pants for a second. Again, just like the other game we had, who was it? One of the recent videos. It didn't end. I don't want to give them the opportunity to come back because I don't trust my team in most MMRs. And you shouldn't either. Anyway, we now have the Death Darts, we have the Maul of Mortis, we're going to go the GA, absolutely perfect. The one random thing that can stop this game from winning in our favor is we die a silly death like that again, or they make a play and we can't go stasis and we are stuck. We have a stasis, we can press the reset button. The BF sword would be great, but we don't need more damage. So the movement speed as well is such a great sticking thing, which is why I've always loved this in Volibear. Volibear in 2021, again, they nerfed the movement speed. We've been around this rodeo a few times. And my solution was the Trinity Force based build. This was before other changes. This is like, feels like another life. As someone's out of position, can we assassinate them? Yeah, we could, but at this particular stage, I'm not interested in... Oh, there we go. I mean, I would do this and then see if she commits and then go for it, because I'm just waiting for the Renekton, because obviously the TB's coming through here. I'll finish my story in a second. That's a dead Samira. The Dustblade proc is really weird. Oh, Aatrox Disruption is so annoying. You see this here, we're trying to get onto the Samira, which we do, of course. We knock people back. We become the Samira, we can become the Annie as well if we want to, but we want to ult up the wall. We want to chase down the Aatrox. Aaron, come back. But yeah, that movement speed is absolutely huge as well for the stickiness. And so I like to use it on the Volibear back then as well to give him some more damage, to leverage that base AD that he had, plus the Kindle Gem Rush, plus Sheen, and obviously the team had with the Titanic scaling into tank itemization. Give us everything we needed. And in Viego's case, any melee against the kind of game we have nowadays, movement speed procs, super good. And that's why we have Gus Morgan Hatchling as well as Trinity Force. So, nice game, strong item. A lot of bonus damage granted. What are we at now? 2.7, so not much. Whoa, well, let's wait a second. Can we just hit the Nexus maybe and end the game? Sometimes I have too much fun. 2.72 bonus damage from the threefold strike. I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't know it was called threefold strike. That makes a lot of sense. So there you go, Viego, Trinity Force, Kraken Slide combo. I love it. Flex a little bit as you need afterwards, but this should be regular standard stuff that you can go and pretty much 90% of your games. You understand the playstyle is in between Kraken and in between Divine Sunderer. You don't have the healing, you don't have the damage. We got a little bit of both. Well, no healing, but you got a bit of HP for that added survivability. So you're a little bit between, which I think most of you should find agreeable. So play it. Thank you very much for watching. See you hopefully in some of the Virkayu.gg courses or the free PDF on the website and in the next video.